Okay, in theory, my audio is set up correctly, and we are live on the interwebs.
Yay!
We
Hey,
may
it is
literally die this evening.
Maybe.
Well-
maybe.
You just say that because of how the last session ended.
Oh,
Yes, entirely.
Well, hello, and welcome to what might be the last session of Critical Recovery. This is a 5th edition homebrew Dungeons & Dragons campaign. My name is Crash, and I will be your DM for the evening for however long it lasts. Tonight, joining me are a bunch of awesome people, including Chris, Ellie, Io, Jen, Cindy. Archbeth is hanging out in chat. There might be an LFA appearing at some point, which would be cool. And what happened last
I think
week?
their internet is iffy.
Well,
Which is going around today.
yeah, it's. I think it's contagious.
could be.
Like a few weeks ago, it happened to me because Verizon had a wire cut, and I'm not even on Verizon. So, yeah, Texas, the state where they're blaming windmills for all of their fossil fuel generators not working properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, and whatever. With that said, what happened last time?
I dreamed a dream of times gone by.
Oh, that song's gonna be in my head now.
Kind of accurate,
We
though.
did dream a dream.
Uh-huh.
We dreamed a dream about gods. And also Morley's dad.
Yes.
Thank you for making the distinction, because Morley's dad would also make the distinction.
And also Terry-ish.
And Terry would also make the distinction. And
So yeah,
Rib-
we all had weird dreams. Gorgas was about Scrooge being Scrooge McDuck, basically.
yeah, but that wasn't last time.
Huh.
Yeah, this time was the whole, you show up in the realm of Somna, who is Zuda's deity, and meet with a bunch of people, and the first thing that Morley's dad mentions is, so you decided you were going to kill a god while a warlock for that god was in the room with you, and you then began discussing your strategies.
We are not good planners.
No.
All I'm saying is I kind of assumed she'd know anyway.
Well, and that's the thing. There's no portion of Argonia that is in any of the players. She didn't give any of you her power. The only way she was keeping track of you was through Thava.
I would like to note I also have an intelligence of 9.
Well, you had a very touching moment, which involved one very awkward hug between family and one less awkward hug between family. Different families. One would argue diametrically opposed families.
Probably, yeah.
I love the phrase diametrically opposed. I stole it from Hamilton, and I will keep using it. Diametrically opposed foes. And with that said, that's when you woke up. And it was glorious until you realized that you were currently trying to breathe water, which is less glorious.
Can breathe underwater.
I mean, can you?
Yes.
Okay, well then, you're fine, but you are underwater. The room that you are in is flooded.
Okay, I will
I
try
think
to
that-
swim.
No, wait, there is another party member who can't, but they're not here now because Chris has vanished again. Probably to murder his internet.
Possibly.
Well, if he can't help murder a god in this D&D game, he's going to murder something. And what is an ISP if not some massive, unknowable force which controls our lives? I just made myself sad.
Aww.
Welcome back, Chris.
Can you breathe underwater?
I like how Chris immediately muted himself.
Okay, he's back.
The silence is deafening.
I will see if I can find the surface.
Well, you're all inside a room.
Are we all in the same room?
Yes, you are all in the same room. It is at a lower cost hotel that was pretty much like they have rows of bunk beds. But for some reason, you decided to save money. All those massive amounts of diamonds that were acquired were
So what did I miss?
We
you're
woke up
drowning.
underwater.
Can you breathe underwater?
The room that you're in, the bunkhouse that you're in, is currently filled to the roof.
Okay.
So what I meant was, I'm leaving the room and going to see if I can find the roof and therefore the surface of the water.
Okay. Which way do you leave? Through the door or through one of the windows?
Actually, through one of the windows is probably a better idea.
I would
Okay.
also like to smash through a window, despite being pretty sure that what happened was that the flying city is no longer flying over the ocean.
Okay. So I'm going to say that Zuda goes over to the window, and Zuda, do you tend to smash the window or try to like flip the latch and lift it up?
If it'll open, I'll open it. Otherwise, I'll smash it.
Okay. And Ryan is doing the same thing, so Ryan and Zuda both give me attack rolls because that window is not budging. There's too much water pushing against it.
Okay.
Which I suppose is a good sign because that means it's not equalized pressure.
It's a 21.
Oh yeah, you smash it good.
Okay.
And
Come on,
windows are not
sidekick.
known. Glass windows are not known for having a significant amount of hit points, so I'm not requiring a roll for damage for
21.
this. Okay, you also smashed the window.
What
So
do you
I'm
mean
gonna ask
no dice
everyone-
rolled?
One of those bots did not.
Because
You mean roll
Avray took your
exceeds
roll.
max roll per die limit. That I rolled a 1d20 plus 5.
Well, it's
What is your issue with that?
I
think D1C3 is just having a day.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that the Avray bot and the D1CE bot both use the same symbol to tell it, you're going to roll dice now. But they don't use the same syntax for the dice that you roll.
Oh, it thought I was trying to roll.
Star Wars dice.
Yes, I'm not sure how
Oh.
it got the idea that I wanted it to roll over 1,000 Star Wars dice because I cannot see how it would get that impression.
Well, you could have tried to roll Dragon Ball dice. In that case, it would have been over 9,000.
Also, I really
Sure.
don't want it to roll. Oh, I guess it thought 1,205 difficulty dice. That is too many.
Well, with that said, I'm going to ask everyone to make another roll. Everyone give me a dexterity save, because now the water is moving very quickly out
Okay.
to very large holes that have been made
Nope.
by your allies.
Oh, nope.
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 The warlocks rolled the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So did the Claire.
I
Oh,
saw
no.
that 8 appear.
23.
Okay, so here's the thing. Rolling for damage. Oh, that's not bad. That was 2d6 and I got a 5. So that could have been worse. So if you rolled under 10, you're taking 5 points of damage because you basically are riding a waterfall without the bucket, without the barrel to ride in. And if
Okay.
you went and rolled over 10, you are going to take 2 points of damage, half damage, because you're still riding a waterfall without being in a barrel. Now,
Although
granted,
the
it's
rogue
not
has evasion, so the rogue was fine.
with a
Damn
23. I'm
rogues.
going to say that Gorga is probably surfing. Yelling cowabunga is optional.
Gore is probably somewhat panicky, actually. But
Well,
yeah,
fair.
she's moving out of the water, so she is happy about this.
Oh, City isn't sinking.
Well, when you do flow out of the window and onto the street that's 20 feet below you, well, not anymore. Now you're at the same level as the street, but you get the idea. The street is not level. The street is definitely not level, and it's not completely dry out here. It is also raining.
I might have spoken to.
And Harubin is there just coughing up water.
Come on, we need to
Good.
find. Well, first Thava, and if we can't find Thava, an airship or something.
Wasn't Thava with us?
I don't remember.
Yes.
Well,
Fava's also kind of the listening device to the person we're trying to kill, so
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say it, but maybe leaving them behind is the better course of action.
A large amount of water comes out of the window. It takes part of the wall with it.
Perhaps we should move to some other place here.
It lands among you
Oh?
and rises up.
Oh, son of a...
Well, there is a Thava inside of it. She does appear to be unconscious. Thava does not have the ability to breathe water.
I'm going to try to pull her out.
Okay. Roll for
I
initiative.
would like to assist with
Oh,
that.
wow. Rolls for initiative. Okay.
And I suspect for once the answer to my question is no, we didn't have time.
I saw rolls for Talia and Zuda show up in the D&D Beyond tracker. I see Ryan got a 7. So Talia 16, Ryan 7, Zuda 13, Morley 9. Gorga did not get a 23. That was your roll for a dexterity save. 18.
Yeah, I got an 18.
18, not a 19. Okay. And the partridge in a pear tree rolled a 1. One person laughed at my joke. That's good. So Harabin gets to go first.
Okay.
So it's good news that according to 5th edition rules, when you just wake up, you have all your spell slots back. And then if you are a wizard, you go and rememorize, or you can refresh your spells, but you don't have them all gone. Because otherwise Harabin would be in a bad place where he's got a very large tank, but nothing in it. Well, he chooses not to cast Lightning Bolt because Thava is technically an ally, and water conducts very well. He's just going to do Firebolt. Not Fireball. That's a different spell. Okay, that's a 19 to hit. That will hit, and that's going to be... Oh! I forgot what level spellcaster Harabin was.
Oh.
27 damage from a Firebolt.
Wow.
4d10.
Holy crud. Holy crud!
Yeah, if you had chosen to fight Harabin, it would have been a very fun battle. And
Wow.
this is... Like, Harabin's stats now are nerfed from when he was a Nagpa. Alright, it's the Water Elemental's turn. The Water Elemental casts Shield. No, it didn't. It is going to do a Slam attack, and who's it going to do a Slam attack against? Let's see.
Come on.
Talia.
Aw.
Rude.
Okay, that is going to be over 20.
Glancing blow.
13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
13? Okay.
And it's going for a second swing. What's that?
You kind of jumped to the damage phase while I was about to...
I see what you're going for. I will speak slower this time because he gets 2 attacks.
Thanks.
That's a 26 to hit.
I would like to use my reaction to take that instead.
Okay, you're going to take 13 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
Gorga, disliking this is a free action, but what else would you like to do?
All right. I'm going to try to stab the water elemental in a place that is less occupied by Fava.
That's a fair thing to do. I mean, this is the character who last session you were talking about throwing off the city.
Certain party members would object if I just stabbed willy-nilly.
Also, I would say a 24 is a glancing blow.
And I rolled a 1.
Yes, but that's still 6 points of damage, and that is magical damage, so it takes all of it.
And feel free to tell me this won't work, but I'm going to use my bonus action to try and use the Mage Hand for something it wasn't exactly intended for, since this is a modified version of Mage Hand, but I'm going to try to use it to grab Fava's shirt collar and pull them out.
You are going to pickpocket the water elemental and attempt to steal Fava. Well,
Very fitting.
I can see how a DM would rule against that. However, I'm the one who made the magical item. So I am going to argue that Rule of Cool might not even need to be invoked for this. Go ahead and attempt to pickpocket the water elemental.
Okay, that's sleight of hand, correct?
That would be sleight of hand. Anyone else trying to pull Thava out of the water elemental would not be rolling sleight of hand, but this is amusing to me.
I got a 12. Another low roll.
You managed to move Thava a little bit. You think she might be able to breathe now, provided she's breathing. You're not entirely sure she is. But there's a lot of resistance.
All right, well, I tried.
Okay. Talia.
Okay. Hexblade's Curse on the Water Elemental as a bonus action. I'm assuming it's in melee range with me, yes?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll just summon the Raven Queen's Wrath and take a swing at it. 23 to hit.
Yep.
Did I cut out?
Nope. I heard you. And it hit. What's your damage?
Oh, okay. Not a lot. 5 plus the 3 from Hexblade, so 8.
How much damage did you say?
8 damage total.
Okay, 8 damage to Talia. I mean, from Talia.
Yes, from Talia, not to Talia.
I mean, in the combat tracker, it says you all have 0 hit points anyway.
Okay.
Zuda, what's up?
Guiding Bolt is what's up.
But that might kill it.
Also, if you're in melee, you have disadvantage with that.
No, that's ranged weapon attacks.
Isn't it all ranged attacks?
It's ranged weapon attacks. I'm pretty sure I looked that up with Chroma once, and I remember thinking it was weird.
Oh, then I definitely wouldn't have done a melee attack there. My bad.
With spell attacks, you point, and bad things happen. So...
My bad then. I would not have meleeed it. My bad.
Well, you just had a dream where you got to see the Raven Queen again for the second in as many days. So you pulled out a weapon named after the Raven Queen. And
Sure.
That's fair.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Yeah. I mean, if I had a sword empowered by a deity, I'd probably want to use that more often too.
So what am I rolling?
You're rolling to hit.
Okay. Not a disadvantage or anything?
No.
Nope.
But a 13 is not going to hit.
Okay, I'm going to use my inspiration on that then. An 8 also is not going to hit.
An 8 is not going to hit. Okay. The water elemental lives another turn. Morley.
Okay, I'm going to use the command spell on the water elemental and command it to drop Thava.
Okay, and the command spell only lets you use one-word commands.
Spit!
I could do that. Well, no, that might. If you have it spit, it might spit water at all of us. So.
Also, Ryan has inspiration.
Yes.
I already had inspiration.
Then you get nothing. Like water off of an elemental's back.
Oh my gosh. Is it really one word? It didn't. Oh yeah, it sure is. Okay.
Yeah, otherwise it'd be a much higher level spell.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so
you're thinking of suggestion.
probably. Let's try it anyway. Either it drops Thava and we can rescue her, or it will drop itself to the ground and we can, I don't know, disperse it. So I'm going to try that.
Okay. So, first of all, what's going to be the command you give?
Drop.
Okay. And what do I have to roll?
You have to roll a wisdom saving throw of 14. Well, it says attack/save, so I guess it's a saving throw. I've never used this, I don't know.
Okay, well, that's a 12. So, you tell the water elemental to drop.
Yes.
And I'm just taking a moment.
That's a horrible pun.
I just got it now.
Do not attempt to make horrible puns. That is impossible. Rather, begin to understand the truth. There is no horrible pun. They're all glorious.
All puns are horrible.
And because of the pun involved, I am actually going to say it works.
Oh.
I could just have it have drips fall off of it.
True. It could have been just little drops.
Because it could
There you go.
translate it that way. It doesn't have a negative wisdom modifier or a positive wisdom modifier, but it actually flattens itself to the ground. And Thava is, well, not out of the water. It's raining and there's water everywhere, but she's not currently contained within a water elemental.
Okay, good.
She is still very much unconscious.
Okay, we have to do something about that, but at least she's not inside the water elemental anymore.
Not currently. Next up is Vex's turn. Vex swoops down and attempts to do CPR on Thava.
Oh, poor little guy.
But Vex is a very small being, so is unable to do proper chest compressions. Ryan.
Twinned Cure Wounds, 2nd level on me and Thava.
Okay. Well, Thava starts spitting up water.
I am about to roll the healing, which is gonna be 2d8 plus 3.
And Archbeth, you are absolutely right. Vex is going to assume that Vex is the one who did that the CPR worked.
That
Okay.
is 14 hit points back to both of us. And now
Congratulations, Thava is bloodied.
quickened spell lightning bolt.
A fascinating choice. What's the save for that?
Aren't we all wet?
Yep.
Wet and ankle deep in water.
Oh no.
DC 14 dexterity.
Okay, everyone make a DC 14 dexterity save.
Everyone?
You're all
We're
standing in
ankle
ankle-deep
deep in
water. Okay,
Auto
failed.
failed, I think. 18?
an 18's going to make that. You're saving against a 14.
Okay.
It looks like Harbin made his save. Thava, what's Thava's dexterity?
Oh, you're gonna kill. You might kill Vex.
No, I'm going to say Vex is on top of Thava and therefore is out of the water.
Okay.
Yeah, Vex is the character that you will all defend with your lives.
Yes. I'm not biased at all because of the namesake.
Oh,
Not at all.
Okay, but I have to follow my rule. You have inspiration for that.
Yay.
You know,
I
if Ryan
swear,
ends up...
if I KO myself with my own lightning bolt.
I will laugh because that will be so D&D and perfect.
I was gonna say, if
It's
Ryan
totally
ends
fair.
up being the one murdering Fava, then Gorga will just smile.
It's like I cast darkness at the ancient dragon. Oh.
To be fair, Sava would just go back to death save.
Also
See,
true.
Crouch expected that this might be the last session.
I wasn't expecting it to end
no.
this way, though. Not like this. This is much better. So Thava also made her save, but what's the damage?
Let me roll it.
Okay.
28 lightning.
So 14 damage if you made your save.
Nope.
Ow.
Thava is reduced to exactly 0.
Who was reduced?
Thava.
Thava.
Yeah.
You just healed over 14 and you knocked her out for 14.
So 7 on a success?
A 7 is not a success.
No, 7 damage on a
No,
success.
14 on a
It's 14
success,
if you
28 on a
succeeded.
fail.
But you'll take half of that anyway, so... No, you take nothing because you succeeded. Because it's invasion.
I don't have evasion yet. It's not showing up on my character
And
sheet.
after healing myself
have a
to
vision
nearly
yet?
full, I have bloodied myself.
Oh,
What was the damage
7.
number?
28.
Oh boy, that's not good at all.
Yeah, evasion's 7, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Ooh. 1 level shy.
Okay. So Thava didn't even have her turn yet. She goes after Vine.
Did the heal at least reset her death saves? Was there something
Yeah.
from this?
I don't think that's how it's supposed to go, but if it's not, then I'm still accepting it as a house rule, so yeah, that's fine.
I'm pretty sure that is the actual rule.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Every time you get reduced to 0, you start making the death saves anew. They are not cumulative to
That would
short
be
or
hell
long
if they were
rest.
cumulative, wouldn't it?
Okay, so what happens next is I click the wrong thing. No,
Oh, dear.
No. Ah!
What did you just reset?
I went to open up a character in another tab, but instead, somehow it opened up their character portrait in the same tab.
Oh no!
Oh,
But I'm sure it's fine.
Oh boy.
Because certainly I remember how many hit points the water elemental had. No, I don't. Let's see. It just took 14, and it took
It made the save.
you know. Thank you for reminding me. I made saves for NPCs. I didn't make saves for the water elemental. And 11 does not do it. So no, it doesn't make the save. I will put in more. Okay. So at this point, you start hearing whistles, like multiple people blowing on whistles.
Uh-oh.
Is this
Actually,
a town guard thing?
They might be kazoos in some cases.
They might be what?
Kazoos.
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 Well, they are gnomes.
Ah.
I'm sorry, but of all the songs that have appeared in World of Warcraft, the absolute best of all of them, and there's some close seconds, mind you. There's some really good songs there, but the absolute best of them is the Gnomergon theme. You are allowed to like different songs than I like. I'm speaking of my personal opinion. I'm the only one who has to have my opinion. If I don't have my opinion, I'm a little concerned. But there are, in fact, several gnomes in armor that appear to be running towards your position, and some mounted riders as well. No, they're not mounted riders. Those are centaurs.
Wonderful! We're being assaulted by a water elemental. Want to give us a hand?
No, those aren't. No, those not. Centaurs don't have wings. They're winged
was in
centaurs.
character,
They're
by the way.
pegatars. I assumed.
Yeah, it was pretty obviously in character. I'm kind of a little out of it today.
I mean, that's fair. That's valid. It's been a year. I know it's February, but it's been a year. And now everyone's going to know when this goes live what my buffer is. All right. And Thaba makes a death save. How about I roll with a d20, not a d10?
Probably a good choice.
Good plan.
Oh, but that's a nat 1.
Oh, no.
That's 2 fails. Oh no!
Yes, it is. What were you saying about the good thing we reset?
100% good thing we reset.
Okay, so we're back up to the top of the initiative, but I cannot remember what the order was because I screwed it up twice. Oh, I remember. It was Harabin. Harabin goes first.
Right.
Harabin is going to not cast Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Gonna go for another Firebolt seems like a good plan. Now you would think that a 5 is bad, but I'm looking at the bonus to spell attacks, and that's a
And
hit.
it's going to be like plus 11.
Plus 9 actually.
Slightly less than Zeely's.
Yeah, but also
Look, I have Firebolt experience.
you don't want to get Zeely upset. Zeely has a select number of skills that she has built up over a period of time. She will find you, and she will incinerate you. And how about I don't roll d20s for this?
This is just not working out well.
You take a week off of playing D&D. Okay, 15 points of fire damage. Okay, the water elemental is bloodied. I don't know how that works. And let's see, who was next? I want to say it was Talia that was next.
Sure, I'll do that.
Yeah, I think it was Talia, then the water elemental, then me.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, Ellie saved it.
Go, Ellie.
Oh wait, no, that's when someone wins.
Right.
So whose turn is it then?
It's Talia's.
Oh, okay. Talia is going to... let's see. Talia's going to cast Misty Step and jump away 15 feet.
Okay. That
And
will take
then-
you out of the part of the water that is probably the water elemental.
I'm okay with this.
Well, I'm saying that will
Alright.
probably help you succeed in what you're trying to do.
Well, I'm doubting myself on what I was trying to do now. I was just going to throw 2 Eldritch Blasts at it.
Okay. Well, it's that large ankle-deep puddle of water that's surrounding the rest of the party. So,
I'm going to use my inspiration on that first shot. That's much better. 23 for the
23.
first. And 13 for the second.
okay, the first one will hit, the second one will not.
Okay. Oh my god, those terrible, terrible rolls. 5 plus 3 for the Eldritch damage as well, so 8 total.
Okay. And looking at what Ellie wrote in chat, it's now the water elemental's turn. Command wears off, because I believe that's for 1 turn only.
Let me check.
Since we were kind of confused about the turn order, it looks
one
like we
round.
may be skipping me.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, Gorga,
Yeah,
you go
skipped
first.
Gorga.
Yeah. Command less 1 round.
All right, so Gorg is going to do what she typically does in a fight and try to make another stab. Will a 17 hit?
A 17 is a glancing blow.
I'm really glad I have high bonuses for these things. So I do 9 damage.
The funny thing is, to everyone looking, Gorga's just like splashing the water with a sword.
Well, it's a rapier, and isn't that more a stab weapon?
It is. Oh, so you're not even splashing. You're just like stabbing it into the puddle. Which, it's doing damage. It's working. Stir. Yes, you're stirring.
Monks,
Add
the only
weapon
class that
water
can punch a
elemental.
ghost.
Stir.
Which, the mechanics are working. I'm marveling at the aesthetics. Okay, now it's the water elemental's turn. And it is... Well, at this point, actually, it lasts a full turn. Morley hasn't gone yet, so it's still a puddle. I keep going to press the next button in my initiative tracker, but we're not using that right now because I did
broke
pretty
it.
well. So it looks like the way we were doing this, Talia got her turn early, so I'm not going to have Talia go twice in one round.
Mhm.
Sorry, Chris. It is Zuda's
No,
turn.
it's all good.
Excuse me. Would you say that we're in dim light?
Very much so.
Okay.
It is like pre-dawn and it's cloudy.
Ah.
There's a
Excellent.
chance of sun later on this afternoon.
Then I'm going to start my turn with a bonus action and step off into the sky, magically giving myself a flying speed equal to my walking speed for 1 minute.
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining Zuda saying, I must go, my planet needs me. and then she stays perfectly still, and an animator just takes the frame that has her drawn in and pulls it off the page.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just going up far enough that I'm out of the water.
Good idea.
And then I'm casting Mass Healing Word.
Yay!
It's not a whole lot of health.
It will help, though.
Thava will
Doesn't
take
help
a
much.
single hit point. Thava will accept a single hit point of healing and be grateful for it.
Well, did Vex take any damage?
No.
No.
So, yeah, everybody except the Water Elemental gets 5 hit points back.
All right. That'll help a little.
I am no longer bloody.
Thava's bloodied again. She gets knocked down, and then she gets healed and gets knocked down again. Then she gets healed. This is the worst timeline.
Do not use your action to cast lightning bolt.
Why not? It made for such a memorable experience, which is why we play this game together. Morley,
Uh-huh.
what would you like to do while you're ankle deep in Water Elemental? Which is your fault, by the way.
Yes. Okay, so Talia did the Eldritch Blast, so I will do the same.
Okay.
I have rolled a total of 25.
Yes, that will hit.
Okay, damage is 9,
Okay.
if I did that right.
If not, close enough.
Yes, but you get 2 attacks.
I
Yes,
get
you
2 attacks.
So you
okay,
do it again.
So do it again. Got a 25 again.
That will also hit again.
And the damage is 2. And that's it.
Okay. Ryan,
I would like to cast Inflict Wounds.
you cast Inflict Wounds on the puddle. Go ahead and make an attack roll to hit the puddle.
I would like to cast Inflict Wounds with my foot.
You're not gonna
Oh,
cast
I
lightning
love
bolt
the
again?
aesthetic. You stomp in the mud puddle. Like, bah! I love this. I love this so much. Make an attack roll to stomp the puddle.
I
As
am
the-
going to use my inspiration.
You miss the puddle.
I am using my inspiration.
A 16 will hit. You successfully stomp the puddle. Roll your damage.
20. Necrotic.
How do you want to do this?
Oh.
Ryan stomps down hard into the puddle and it sort of flash broils in white light.
Nice. And the one part of the initiative order that I remember was after Rhine, that's when all the city guard went. So this is when they managed to get here, right after you killed it. They arrived to see you stomp at a shiny mud puddle and make it go away.
Well, I guess you're not getting a statement from the water elemental.
Do you have any reason why? You have any idea why it was here?
Religious issues.
No, not that. Which deity?
You know, usually people stop asking questions after they get an answer like that.
Well, let's put it this way. It's not this city's first rodeo. And Zuda and Gorga,
Mm-hmm.
you have pretty high passive perceptions, if I recall.
Yes.
Yes.
What are they again?
20.
22.
Okay. You both see something. I think that no one else has passive perceptions that high.
Mine's a 17.
Okay, so yours is pretty
Mine's
good,
18.
Let me see if I can
and
figure
yours
out
is
what
also
mine
pretty good. But
no.
we're talking the need for a 20 passive perception or higher here.
Okay.
As I knew that both of yours were high, I couldn't remember exactly how high they were. And right now I don't want to open up any more tabs because the last time I attempted that I lost a lot of notes. But both of you on a rooftop see a being like this that just ducks out of view as the guard are showing up. So because this is an audio format, for the sake of the recording, I will say, imagine, if you will, Genie from Disney's Aladdin, but make him a fish.
Just a moment. And I'm going to fly up to the rooftop and see if I can see it wandering away.
You don't.
Interesting.
Meanwhile, the city guard are collecting statements from all of the participants.
Gorga will feign as much ignorance as she feels she can get away with.
I just woke up and there was water everywhere, and then someone cast lightning in a puddle.
Talia will do the exact same.
Vex tells them everything. Sorry?
Do you require deception rolls from us?
I will allow one of you to make a deception roll because I'm not going to have all of you roll individually for this.
I rolled a natural 3. It still came out as a 15.
Wow.
Okay. They smile and nod and take your stories down.
Wow, that deception roll from Gorka. Jeez.
I didn't say that they necessarily believed you. I mean, how many cop dramas have you seen where they listen to the person's statement, don't go, j'accuse, and arrest them right away, but that person then becomes their main suspect?
She what?
Gorka just rolled a 30.
Oh.
That's a natural 20.
Wow.
But what they do tell you is you should probably get back inside because the city is currently... you might have noticed that there is a steep tilt currently on the road, and the entire city for that matter, because it is angling to get out of the hurricane.
Hurricane.
Yeah, it wasn't there last night, but now it is, so we're trying to get above it.
Okay.
This day just keeps getting better, doesn't it?
Great.
That was sarcasm, wasn't it?
Yes.
I knew it! And he gets a high five from one of the centaur people.
You know what? At least we're not dead.
Which, all things considered, a gnome getting a high five from a centaur person would be, for the centaur person, a low five.
Yeah, it would have to be.
Right. Briefly inside, I guess, and then we'll see about whether we can get out of here or not.
I will assist Fava in getting inside.
Fava is very grateful and very weak.
I assumed.
Fava, maybe you should go to a different room.
Fava, who's your patron now?
That's a matter of debate?
How is it a matter of debate? You can only have one, yes?
Are you debating it, or are they debating it?
You can't have more than one.
You can't have more than one, but doesn't mean they're going to forget.
Currently, I know who my patron isn't right now.
And
that would be the one that just tried to kill me.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Okay.
But also, just because that god is no longer her patron doesn't mean they're going to forgive and forget.
Probably true.
No,
But
probably
it does
about
mean that you're not a hot sending stone.
Thava holds her hand out, points it directly at Talia, and says, Eldritch Blast. Nothing happens.
Well, if it did work, Ryan almost killed you anyway.
I wouldn't have done it if I was certain that nothing...
Talia didn't flinch, because Talia was pretty certain nothing would have happened.
That's also why Thava picked Talia in particular, because Talia would know what was up.
Talia would, yeah.
Yeah, attempting that on Ryan might have resulted in undoing of healing spells. Again.
Yeah.
Nah, I can take it.
Okay, so your packed abilities are gone. What about your actual trained abilities? Can you fight?
I can stab something with a dagger or hit it with a crossbow, yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Also, I kind of wish we still had that mechanical dragon. That was really...
I unsheath my other secondary sword and put an extra. There you go.
She picks it up and pauses a moment and then goes, I can't make this a hexblade. I just thought of making this a hexblade, and I can't make it a hexblade.
No, not yet. Raven's Edge will give it its time, though.
So, I'm in an interesting position, one might say. Most warlocks only ever have one patron. I'm vying for patron number 3 right now. You can understand how that might be a concern on the job application.
Yes.
Yes.
But you also understand that the Raven Queen, inevitable.
And you also understand I've been vying for her favor for quite some time now.
Exactly.
But I believe if I want to continue the job application metaphor, this is a probationary period.
Father, shut up and take the sword.
She's already taken it. She's still holding it. She
All
can't
right.
take the sword more without using it on herself. She's not doing that.
Are we currently in private?
Yes, the room is a bit more airy than it was before, and everything is soaked, but you are back in the bunkhouse.
Can we talk without the town guard hearing us?
Yes, they left. But
Okay, they left.
right now they have a lot of responsibilities. They're not going to mill around a crime scene when the main assaultant is gone.
Good. Okay. All right.
So I saw a
We need to
fish
get out
person
of
with a
here.
whirlpool tail.
You saw a what?
A what? A what?
I saw a fish person with the whirlpool tail on the roof after we killed the water elemental.
As did I. I went to investigate, but it had disappeared.
It had a lot
any
of
of it know-
gems.
That was
shiny
like three
stuff.
questions at once.
Aaron, what did you say?
Harbin asked if it had a lot of gems on its clothing.
Perhaps.
Was it like wearing like really nice looking clothing? Like maybe a vest or something?
Yes.
That's a Merid.
Lovely.
Shot in the dark.
Counterpoint.
Anyone know what that is?
I have no
Har-
idea.
Harbin rolls very well on an insight check as he looks around from person to person and says, "You have no idea what I'm talking about." Okay.
No idea.
So-
We talk about it somewhere else. Because you teleported us here, can you teleport us out of this flying city that might be about to get hurricaned into the ocean?
Well, I probably can. Where do we want to go?
Marley,
have-
did your dad give us a heading?
He said plantain.
Plantain. He has a home there, but I have not seen it.
Oh, that's fantastic. I don't know that summoning circle. Well,
Okay.
teleporting circle, same difference. Closest
Where's
I can.
Plantain in relation to Skelvar? Or anywhere, just anywhere that's not here, that's not risking being
Oh, I can
crashed into
take
the
you a lot
ocean
of
right
places
now.
that aren't here. That's the question is, where that's not here do you want to go? The closest I can get you to Plantain would be, see, that's that pirate city that's up north, isn't it? Best I could do would probably be like one of the free cities. I could take you to Sandstone.
Sandstone is a port city, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Port City does not sound like a fantastic place to go.
What about Bardiar, where I'm from?
I have honestly never been there. Thought to go. They had an incident a while back, but then the new Baron, brought everything back, and, Nagpa can't deal with actual civilizations, only ruined ones, so it became a no-go for me.
So someone who has never actually had a character go to Plantain, where is that in relation to anywhere that I've done?
So
any of
you
my
know
characters
how-
have been?
So you know how Circulus is this crescent shape
Yes.
with a gap where the Orclands are.
Yes.
On the empty part of the crescent that is on the right,
Okay.
there is a peninsula that is almost an island, and that's Plantain.
So near the baronies.
No. The baronies are further south
no.
from that.
Ah, there we are. Yeah.
Yeah, the baronies
Oh,
are...
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the baronies are not far from Skelvar.
No, the baronies are south of Skelvar, so yeah, you're right. And the free cities are to the... They're not labeled on there, but they are to the west of the baronies. There's a mountain range in between them.
Oh, okay. I see it now.
Also, Chris, I just want to say I'm very entertained that I copied that image from one of your posts.
Okay, well, we've been playing for about an hour. What do you say we take a short break, and I'm going to stop my cat from trying to get in a box that he should not be getting into. We'll be right back after these messages, which aren't actually messages because they're instrumentals only. Okay, we're back. Where are you going? There was a suggestion for Skelvar, where you'd be getting out of the flooded city to get to another city that's flooded.
Only half the city's flooded.
Yeah, there's part of it that's still good. And we made this joke when we were muted, but I still think it
Plus,
is
it's
an
a
option.
it is a port city now as well.
Technically,
Are we trying to avoid the
sort
water
of true.
or not?
It's becoming less of a port city because they are undoing the flooding. But that is a
No, but I
process.
mean, they do have a military and they do have a navy now.
Oh,
they do.
yeah.
And Talia
do.
does have contacts there.
And Paige is there.
Oh,
So
I also have some connections in Skelvar, which I may be able to utilize to arrange transport. But if we are going to Skelvar one way or another, I will need to talk to a few people, probably in private.
I know the general of the navy in Skelvar.
All right, let's go there.
it makes more sense, yes. Okay, we go there.
Very well.
okay.
You don't have the circle, do you?
No, I have a circle for Skelvar. I have a circle for Skelvar. That's not the problem.
What is the
but
problem?
the circle I have isn't in the capital.
It's
Okay,
in the
so-
water, isn't it?
No, it's not in the water. You'd be above the water.
Oh, it's in the Kenku camp, isn't it?
Yeah.
The one that's now part of the baronies.
Kenku?
By now,
What-
probably.
What is the
yeah.
Kenku?
Oh, I forgot
So-
that's where I met you.
They're kind of like, well,
Annoying.
that was. Well, you know how I looked like a vulture?
Yes.
There are other bird people that aren't
Oh.
cursed. Well, actually, the Kenku are cursed. But
Yes,
think
you made them think it was the Raven Queen.
there was that or be killed by them. I made my
I would have
choices,
preferred you
and
were
I'll
killed
live
by
with them.
them.
So the short version is that Kenku are short bird people who tend to be kleptos, and they can't actually speak. They can only mimic what they hear.
Interesting.
They're very good at it too.
Are they
But-
likely to attack us on sight?
They're likely to
No.
not be there.
No, but keep a close eye on your coin purse.
Yes.
Okay,
Don't worry,
good
I
to know.
don't look away.
They were given an option of helping to build up the Skelvar Navy, and
I
many
was
of them
going to
took
say
that.
they're more than likely all going to be actually in the city at this point. But as the Kenku encampments were on the outer edges of Skelvar and are more than likely now part of the baronies.
And then there's also the Dragonborn that worship Tiamat. Some of them might have gone and joined the Dragonborn because they had flying ships, which were pretty neat. And
I mean, they were neat unless you were falling out of them and about to die.
oh, that's how that happened. Ah, thanks for letting me know. Could have been worse. Usually I hear about
those
warlocks dying because they summon a demon and it gets out of hand.
I'm not
You
saying a word.
didn't. You didn't.
You know what?
Harbin
I
is
can
trying
still-
very hard to not laugh because Harbin knows it will end him.
Yes. You know what? I have absolutely no problem throwing you out a window or throwing you off the ship.
Please don't throw the only person here who can currently teleport us useful places off the ship.
And I have to say, sorry, excuse me, choking up. I have to say,
I summon my sword and just hold it.
it
Please
honestly would
don't
not be the
stab
first
them
time
either.
I've been thrown off of this city.
While this is an
Yes,
extremely
but last time you could fly.
No,
While this is
no,
an
I could not.
extremely engaging,
Okay, so
I'm
we
sorry,
go
Zeta.
now?
if we're
Listen.
going to leave, if we're going to leave this city because it's slightly damp, we should do it now.
Because it's slightly down.
I'm going to say that
Just fill
after
out
that
the
sentence, a single drop of water comes from the ceiling and just blips in the background, just as a punctuation mark to that sentence.
Ellie, you're one of my favorite people.
Someone who is trying to rent a room because their basement is currently flooded is in the hallway, and apparently they're checking the various bunkhouse rooms, and this one is wet, and this one is wet, and this one is wet.
What? Did you try these rooms in a rainforest?
All right, take us to Skelva. Just do it. We'll figure it out.
Okay. Everyone gather round. Remember, the running gag where you jump in the middle of the cast is a bad idea. Stop doing that. It's not funny.
Was
By the
not
way-
planning on it.
Spellcasters with any degree of skill in the arcane know that jumping mid-cast actually can do something. It means you might be left behind. So this is encouraging certain people to leave themselves behind. The joke would then be on them. They will have played themselves. Anyone who does not have a high skill in Arcana is not going to be aware of this.
Gorga's just going to assume that might mean decapitation for some people. Like, part of your body gets teleported, but not the rest.
I mean, it wasn't going to mean that until now.
Tali was actually going to turn to Gorga and say, he means decapitation, don't jump. But you beat me to it.
Okay, you are in a treehouse.
Well, let's get walking to Skelvar. I don't want to spend more time here than we have to.
Right, off they go.
Agreed.
All right, we start walking.
Okay.
While we're walking,
Harbin
can I
goes
just-
out. Sorry?
I was going to say, while we're walking, I will just look to Zero. Do you have a sending spell?
I'm not ignoring you. I'm checking.
No, I believe you.
I'm afraid not.
Pity. Might have been a good idea to maybe give him a heads up we were showing up. But it'll be fine, I'm sure.
Well,
If we waited here for the night, we could heal and I could prepare a sending spell.
It's more just that they all think I'm dead.
Ah.
So, me showing up just out of the blue. Hi, I'm alive.
Yes, okay.
I kind of did die protecting the city.
At least you're in the same body. They'd be able to recognize you.
Could be a lot worse.
Tell me about it.
wait, yeah, Gorga, your contact.
Yes,
Your contact's not going to recognize you, dear.
Oh, that is right.
I
You were
wouldn't be
elf.
concerned about that. It might come up if I talk to my parents, but my contacts probably are aware of what I look like right now.
Ominous.
Concerning. Yeah,
I
okay.
imagine your contacts, plural, would be swayed when you were able to give them information that they would know about you. And,
There's
Only
also
Gorga
that.
would know type thing.
There's also that.
and we'd probably
What
have to
time
leave
is it?
with that. It is still early morning. Well, you're guessing so based on how much light there is, and that the teleport doesn't travel through time, only space.
Yes, but we're on the planet, were we? Because time zones.
Very true.
Like, is it now early morning here, but it was like middle of the afternoon where we were?
Well, it's the same amount of light. So either you are on the opposite side of... No, not the opposite side of the planet. It's the same amount of light, so your guess is that you're in the same time zone, so to speak. Not that Circulus is actually divided into time zones.
I mean, we could go to sleep, but we literally just woke up.
Rules is written we can't benefit from more than one long rest in a 24-hour period.
Oh, okay.
I looked that up when trying to calculate kobold resurrection time.
And I really enjoy that this is an accurate and pertinent statement that has led to those words being put in that order.
I looked that up to calculate kobold resurrection times.
That is up there of out of context quotes. Oh, that's a good one. Inspiration.
Yay!
Oh.
And while we're at it, I'm going to recognize the line that Ellie typed. Your contact, it fell out when we teleported. Everyone finds out that Gorga actually was wearing colored contacts.
You lied to
This
us.
would be news to Gorga.
Apparently, Gorga, the body that Gorga is currently inhabiting was wearing colored contacts, and Gorga's been leaving them in for weeks.
Oh,
Oh,
that's gonna
no.
mess up your eyes.
Now we know why Gorga was disliking everything.
Also, Gorg is actually a human, just in really good cosplay.
Gorga
That's
was
why
like,
she's
you
always
tell me I
scared of
can
the
breathe
water, 'cause
underwater?
she can't actually breathe in it.
This whole time, Zuda's trying to convince Gorga to breathe underwater. It kills Gorga. Oof. That's
What were we talking about?
you were
How
talking
many
about taking a
long
long rest
rests
even though you
we
just
can
woke up.
take with-
Right. God, that tangented.
And I only know this because I was trying to figure out how fast Zelie could resurrect kobolds.
Well, as luck would have it, there are no kobolds in the area, so you don't need to worry about bringing them back from the dead. Also, none of you has that spell.
And Zelie is not here.
Would I remember how long it takes us to get from this encampment to the city? Because we did that walk before Talia kicked it.
Well, you are also taking it by boat, and you're on land now. So, timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly. It might be a day or two before you get to a settlement that is large enough to offer a more expedient means of transport.
Okay. It's going to take us a few days to get there anyway, so we might as well head out now, camp on the way, and then maybe send a message in the morning.
And I'm saying that specifically because while Skelvar is less damp than it was for you a few minutes ago, in fact, there's still parts with a lot of residual water that are essentially swamps right now. And you're probably going to have to travel through a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
We can take a short rest.
I'd recommend spending as little time here as possible, especially if you're trying to relax. Kenku are not conducive to relaxing.
There are no Kenku that you've seen so far.
And I'd like to keep it that way.
Valid. 20 Kenku warlocks appear. This is not happening. That is not canon.
Our fault for talking about short rest.
Okay. So I'm going to say that you start walking through the forest of Skelvar. There's a lot of dead trees that you're going past. The larger trees were able to mostly stay alive during the flooding times, but a lot of the smaller ones got too waterlogged, and now they're just sort of like the trunks are there. There's dead branches.
I am not good at this. I should say I'm sorry for losing it in there. Not with the water elemental. I mean, I should apologize for the lightning thing too.
That did
now
hurt.
that I think about it.
That did really hurt.
I'm still not recovered from this, yes.
Yeah,
Well,
you were
next
the
time-
first one to draw party blood.
So next
That's
time,
true, actually.
maybe think more before unleashing a lightning bolt into the water.
Yes, maybe look at if we're standing in the water next time before you do that.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yes.
I remember.
Look, in my defense, when I went to sleep, I couldn't cast lightning bolt, and when I woke up, I could. So,
So you did.
In my head,
So-
the rebel component for
Practice makes perfect.
in my head canon, the rebel component for casting lightning bolt is clear.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
And you didn't make sure people were clear. But oh well. Well, we all survived, so there's that. Any battle you can walk away from, or teleport away from, or I vaguely remember one of you flying away from it? Vex chirps. No, not you. Well, yes, also you.
Poor little-
I blinked away.
Anyway, I was trying to apologize for kind of losing it in the dream.
Oh.
I believe she's referring to the situation where... I believe they're referring to the situation where we butt heads.
The silence is deafening.
It's
I mean,
fine.
butting heads is Gorga and Ryan's default state, so
I mean, it's also mine and Ryan's default state. So it's what we do. But it's fine. It's just a case of I wanted to make sure that we all had every bit of information.
Thanks. I'm not really a patient person.
Oh no, I
As
gathered
I'm sure
that.
you've all guessed.
I gathered that a long time ago, dear.
mm-hmm.
Morley, you receive a sending spell.
Oh, who's this from?
Oh, it's from your dad.
I didn't hear that.
It's from your dad.
Oh, okay. What does he
Hey,
say?
son, grabbed some things, getting stuff ready. Where are you? Plantain might not be a good place to meet.
Okay.
Love you, bye.
I have...
You got 25 words to work with, Jen.
Right, but Morley doesn't know. So...
This is going to be like gesture sending.
So my dad just sent me a... I think it is
Oh,
called
this is what he's hearing.
No, that is what he heard. He heard that, but he's now trying to tell everyone what it was because you wouldn't hear that, he thinks.
Yes, but the next 25 words you say are what's going to be sent.
Wait, I couldn't hear both of you. What?
No, so Morley doesn't know this.
No,
but the
does
next
not know that it's only a small amount of words to respond with directly.
And the next 25 words Morley says will be.
Oh no! Okay. So if he says, I have a sending from my father.
Okay, you're almost halfway through.
I have a sending from my father, so that's 7.
No, just keep talking normally, because this is how Morley would react.
That's how he would do it.
I will count it down and let you know where you stop.
Okay. We are going to Skelvar, not Plantain, right now, as far as I know.
4 more words.
Love you, Dad. Bye.
Oh my gosh, that's exactly 4.
Oh, it's 25 on the dot.
Oh my gosh. Accidentally got it right.
What makes this better is, for very legitimate reasons, Jen often has trouble with numbers, and you got 25 exactly. I love this. Inspiration.
I didn't count them.
Inspiration if you don't already have it.
I don't have. Okay.
Okay. All right. And there's a pause, and then I can do Skelvar. I'll meet you there.
Oh, good. I don't know where in Skelvar we will be by then, but it would be good to see you again. I'm assuming I send that back.
Okay. Yep.
So I'm assuming from the one-sided conversation we just heard, your dad's going to meet us in Skelvar?
Yes. He says that Plantain is not a place to go to right now. I don't know why, but I believe him. So he will meet us here somewhere, but I don't know which part of Skelvar we're in or where he's going to show up.
I believe the gnomes said there was a hurricane. I believe the gnomes said there was a hurricane.
Is this?
Oh yes, that's probably what it was at Plantain. We're not at the city yet. It'll be a few days before we get there. Which gives us plenty of time.
If he's coming here, we might not have to go there.
He might not have this specific circle. He might have a circle in the city.
I have no idea, but
exactly.
It's possible. I mean, he's a businessman. He goes everywhere.
I imagine the only reason that Horriban had the circle is because he used the Kenku as a safe haven. I look at him with disdain.
I realize that I'm talking to a drow right now, so clearly you do understand how a little prejudice concerning who and what you are might require you to take precautions.
Oh no, I get it. Doesn't mean that you're any less of a bad person.
I did what I could to survive. If
anyway,
I hadn't, I wouldn't have been able to get you out of that jam.
Uh-huh. Anyway, while we're walking, I just look to Morley. Asmodeus?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, really.
How did that come about? Like, seriously?
Well, it was a little unclear at first, but then I figured out I was starting to maybe not really have warlock spells, but kind of leading this way. And as I said, I asked my father to be my patron, and that was not to be. So he suggested a few that he knew would accept me as, to be my patron. And one of the ones he discussed was Asmodeus.
So your father suggested the Lord of the Nine Hells.
Well, he did not suggest only him. No, yes, that is true. He was the Lord of the Nine Hells, yes. But
Borger's
the
what is absolutely important.
So, Morley's dad doesn't know what this conversation is taking place, but still has the sudden urge to facepalm again.
Morley.
And Morley's dad deals with enough people who would give him reason to facepalm that he doesn't even know who has done the thing that makes him want to facepalm. He's no longer Picard facepalming. He's Jon Stewart facepalming with extra hands coming in from different directions to increase the facepalm.
I need to ask. Why did you pick the Lord of the Nine Hells?
Thank you. That's my general question.
Go big or go home?
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
Thava suggests go big or go home.
Okay. No, it is more simple than this. No, you see, how much do you know about tea?
Well, I always figured you were kind of like us, but the other direction.
Kind of,
that's
yes.
actually pretty much on the nose.
That's about right. Yes, there's this curse basically, and so you could have two people who are not tieflings, two humans that will have a tiefling as a child, and
Yes.
it is a curse. You don't know this would happen. For me, I was lucky. My parents decided to keep me because, of course, my father, as you've seen, is also a tiefling. But the curse itself basically comes from Asmodeus. Now, I grew up in the Pyrenees, which are made of extraordinary racist people, especially the humans. They do not like anyone who is not like them, who is not a human. And so I grew up an outcast.
And
I mean, you just
tieflings aren't
described
exactly
humans.
like anywhere else.
Yes,
either.
but it is a bit different when you are not a human and are facing that discrimination all the time. So I wanted
Hello.
a patron. Well, you know.
Are there any
But
humans
not
in
everyone
this
the
party
room
right
may
now?
have had
I don't think there's any humans in this party.
Actually, there is.
Exactly, but it's
Harbin.
not the
Harbin
same-
is, but that's a recent innovation.
Yeah. But I mean, it is a bit different when they think you are in fact a demon. You know, maybe you know. So
I get
I
it.
thought with Asmodeus, he would be accepting of a tiefling, and if I am part demon, which it appears I probably am,
You're not.
you know, I may as well have a patron that would maybe watch out for me when I end up in the hells.
So it's not that you're part
kid.
demon. It's not that you're part demon. Just like it's not that Ryan is part celestial. It's that there's. What's the best way to describe this?
It's kind of a little like that. I mean, Morley does have the ability to set people on fire,
Yes, it's true.
and by rebuking them. And Ryan here, well, Ryan is sparkly and can grow wings. Just saying.
So there is some to it, you know.
But it's a very, very small part.
Yes, like
Them.
so minuscule.
It just seemed like the right choice.
I'm assuming all this conversation is happening while we're walking, except
Of course.
Gorga's.
Oh, very
what
much
moment.
so.
Except,
Very much
except Gorga's what moment? I imagine we all just kind of stopped at that point, and then just carried on.
By the way, anytime we encounter swamps that are difficult to walk across, Zuda is going to try and make ice bridges across them.
Oh,
Nice.
Very good.
Valid. So instead of sinking into the mud, you slip and slide off of the ice platform and into the mud.
Into the mud.
This way
There's a
is
little
fun.
railing that you create along with it.
Well, Molly, you might be glad to know that my contact in the Skelvar is also a tiefling.
Oh, that is good.
He's the leader of, well, last time I knew him, he was the leader of their navy.
And oddly enough, did not make a pact with Asmodeus.
Say that again?
And
Yeah, say it
oddly
again.
enough, did not make a pact with Asmodeus.
No, he likes to shoot things with guns.
Oh, he's one of those.
Oh, I
You
just
keep cutting out for me, Aaron.
Yes, you keep coming out.
Okay.
I just realized who this is.
Who is? Or was that out
That
of
was
character?
out of character.
Okay.
I think Io just realized who
Yeah.
Talia's contact is.
I just realized it.
It's high noon.
No. It is not Matthew Mercer.
Talia's two contacts are Ash and Fahim,
Wait a minute.
because that's the only people that Talia knows would still be around Skilvar.
It just clicked. Head of the Navy. I've met him.
You have?
Yes.
Good way or bad way?
Good way.
Oh, he didn't try and kill you.
No, actually, I saved him and his ragtag band of adventurers from a bunch of orcs who were followers of Njarl. Well,
Oh.
the Kraken that have absorbed Njarl, but that whole thing. This was before
Oh.
he was made the head of the Navy, apparently.
Oh no.
Oh no?
Damn it. I may have made a mistake in suggesting this man as my contact.
Why?
Because before he was the general of the Navy in Skelvar, he was a member of the Navy for De Perfecta.
And he's a
Now, which
follower
goddess do
of
they
Arcadia.
follow?
Thava face palms. This is going to be a problem.
Which one is it?
The one that just tried to kill us all.
Well, specifically me, but
No, but
also
he's a good
possibly
man.
all of you.
He's a good man.
Good people often do very bad things in the names of their deities.
He's not. He wasn't really his brother. His family was.
No, take it from me. I know because, well, lots of reasons. First patron was a green dragon, remember. People, when they believe their deity is telling them to do something, usually tend to do it. Now, oftentimes, they are misguided. Oftentimes, say, on a few occasions that I could name specifics, it's not actually their deity telling them to do things. But still, they tend to go along with whatever their deity tells them to do. That's the whole worship thing.
It should be fine. We still have my contacts, assuming they haven't disowned me for not contacting them.
Well, to be fair, you were dead.
Yeah, and they're used to not hearing from people for long periods of time. Gorga is trying so hard to give enough information to appease everyone, but without giving any more.
Ash might not be a good call, but Fahim should be fine. She wasn't a follower of anyone. She just punched things a lot.
She was very good at it,
Oh,
too.
I like her already.
I actually quite liked her. She punched a lot of things, and she was very scary. The first time I ever met her, she was standing literally on a door that someone had just opened. It was kind of funny. And Cindy remembers that.
I remember a conversation about standing on the ceiling to assert dominance.
She liked standing on things that normal people wouldn't stand on.
Yeah, you see, most of our conversations were outside, so I never got to see that myself. Okay. So, without giving you a massive cliffhanger right at the end, because things have gone in a slightly different direction than what I was intending today, and that's not a bad thing. But it means that certain plans I had in place I can't really modify for the current environment. That's okay. That's okay. This is fine. We're all fine here. How are you?
Sorry.
No, this is good. This is good because I will always go on record by saying that I enjoy when the players in my campaigns take agency and ownership of the plot. So that is where we're going to end it for tonight, though. Thank you, everyone, for playing. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Tonight I've been joined by a bunch of awesome people, including Chris, Ellie, Io, Jen, Cindy, Archbeth hanging out in chat. Is there anything that anyone wants to plug?
Before we plug, can I just say, good job, guys. This is the first session where none of our characters have argued.
Oh my gosh.
Unless you count NPCs. Because there was a threat. There was a threat to kill Horobin.
Yes, but Horobin's not one of the party members. Horobin is just one of the lackeys we need to deal with.
That's good to be noticed. Also, I was never killed by a demon that I summoned myself.
I will stab you.
Please don't.
He's got us where we need him, where we need to be. He doesn't need to be here anymore.
We're in the
What
middle
are we-
of a swamp.
This is true. We don't want to be in the middle of the swamp.
Yes, but he's not exactly helping us walk, is he?
Plus, if we're in the middle of a swamp, it's not like anyone's going to find the body.
I will cast lightning bolt. You know what that does.
Oh no.
We have plenty of places. We have plenty of places to leave him.
You realize that he's an 18th level spellcaster, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know he is. That doesn't mean Talia
His
ain't going to try.
cantrip is 4d10 damage.
That don't mean Talia's not going to try and cut him.
Please do not kill the allies. Technically speaking, Horobin is in better standing with the Raven Queen than I am right now. And yes, it does pain me to say it. Thank you for asking. So with that additional roleplay added on to the end, which I love, thank you for that. Who wants to plug some things?
My mom writes books. You can find them at elizabeth-mccoy.com.
Woo!
And that website will be active for at least another year.
Woo! I do a fortnightly gaming podcast about video games and nerd things and D&D, and all the things. It's AzerothCTC.com, Azeroth Coast to Coast. We're recording next week on our Twitch channel.
Yeah, it's a shame that it's a very news light part of the year, though.
Yeah, very news light.
Yeah, you definitely don't have anything to talk about, and I'm sure Jen doesn't have anything to talk about either.
Oh, not
it's
at
not
all.
a
No.
big convention or anything that just happens.
Oh my goodness!
online.
I've been talking about this on other people's websites for a while.
Don't you run a podcast too, though?
My website is bookofgen.net, and it's got gaming stuff and a whole bunch of other things. And I'm also the host of the Shattered Soulstone podcast, which is a Diablo community-based podcast at shatteredsoulstone.com.
All right. And we also have a Patreon, patreon.com/cogwheelgaming. Help us keep the lights on, along with other illustrious patrons, including Chris, Ellie, Eric, Janatalock, Mickey, Shanshan, and Walter. So, until next time, this is Crash saying, okay, so I have everything packed. Item of incredible power, check. Keys, where are my keys? Yep, got my keys. Where's my wallet? Has anyone seen my wallet? Oh, there it is. Okay. Ready to go. Where was I going again? Good night, everybody.
Oh my.